Garp, Devil Fruit reveals, and so much more in Chapter 1080. Let's go over it. Also, we got an upgraded straw hat. Let's go, boys. Last chapter, Oda gave us Shanks doing stuff, and this chapter, we get to see Garp go crazy. We also get a ton of Devil Fruit reveals, and Chapter 1080 is, once again, an easy 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's no build-up. Immediately, we're dropped into Pirate Island, and we see Koby running around with a bunch of captives that he has freed alongside himself like a true hero of the Marines would. One of the Blackbeard pirates has a wanted poster of Koby from the Cross Guild, indicating he's a 5-star bounty, and that is apparently unprecedented considering he's only a captain. They note that a 5-star bounty is roughly 500 million berries, and part of me thinks that this might just be equivalent to a much higher world government bounty because Buggy likely has a lot less money to work with than obviously the Celestial Dragons and the Marines, who can tax the world at will. For all we know, Koby could be a 2 billion berry threat, and I love to think so, but that's just me speculating. Also, if Koby's 5 stars, what would Garp be? Side note, Oda does something really funny here when he has one of the Blackbeard pirates mention that Koby isn't a rear admiral, which was actually a mistake he made back in chapter 956, right before the Reverie. Next panel, we get a zoomed out shot of the skull rock that is the centerpiece of the hachinosu, and it's talking? Apparently, Corrupt King Avalo Pizarro's Devil Fruit is the Island Fruit, which is just an upgraded version of Pika's Stone Fruit. He can fuse with the island and control parts of it like it's his body, and feel and observe everybody on it. This is insane. How is Luffy's crew gonna deal with this? Actually, inside the Skull Rock, we see Shiryu criticizing the Corrupt King, saying that he could have caught Koby at any time. He is an island man. The Corrupt King defends his decision, saying that Blackbeard said that Koby's annoying, so he'll just do it later. This could be some serious Koby hype, or it could be the exact opposite, which unfortunately I think it is. Pizarro could be saying that he could catch Koby at any time he wants to. Not to say that I don't think Koby will be a powerhouse by the end of the story, it's just I think Blackbeard's crew is so utterly busted that someone at Koby's level, despite thinking that he's a man that's probably worth 2 billion if he's a pirate, is still outclassed. As Koby decides to separate from the other escapees trying to draw Blackbeard's crew's attention towards him, it's flashback time. And oh boy, is this a flashback to be excited about, because we get to learn what sword is. We learn that Blackbeard had yet another plan on top of all of his other schemes. First, it was find the Yami Yami no Mi, then it was capture Luffy or Ace to become a warlord, then, with Ace, he sparked Marineford and caused Whitebeard to pull up, just so he could recruit inmates from Impelled Down. Then he pulled up to Marineford, killed Whitebeard, stealing his fruit. Now we learn that he captured Koby in order to get the world government to make Pirate Island an official country and make a trade, so that he could become king. What does he want? Does he want to become a celestial dragon eventually? Perhaps does he want to take Eam's place and sit on the throne? And did Rox have the same dream? There's so many plans and so many questions. It's like watching Aizen at work again in Bleach. It's insane. Teach sitting on Eam's throne and becoming the most powerful and freest person in the world would line up with his ideal of freedom. He's willing to step on others, and in this case, the entire world, to make sure that he gets to have fun and do what he wants. He's an anarchist. It's what he does. But enough speculation, let's get back to the chapter. See, his plan to make Pirate Island a country is busted when Koby reveals to him that he's a part of Sword, and Kuzan steps in and explains to us what Sword is. And oh boy, is this neat. Sword is comprised of Marines who've already submitted their resignation. This way, they can easily be disavowed by the Navy if they pick a fight with a Yonko, avoiding provoking a war. They're allowed to do whatever they want at the cost of knowing that they will not be protected by the Navy. While I still think Kuzan is a member of Sword who's just extremely committed to earning Blackbeard's trust, hence explaining what the organization is, I think it's incredibly likely that Fleet Admiral Sakazuki is backing Sword, because if Garp was there, sole higher up backing them, he would not risk his position to go save Koby right now. Perhaps that's another reason why Sengoku did not want Sakazuki taking over as Fleet Admiral. He'd be even under closer scrutiny by the world government. Sword also keeps the Marines' image intact, which, as we know, is very important to Sakazuki. publicly disavowing actions that may seem questionable is really convenient. Despite this theory making sense in my head, part of me really hopes this doesn't turn out to be true, because I want to see Garp and Sabo team up to avenge Ace and beat the ever-living crap out of Aki Inu at the end of the story. Blackbeard did take into account, though, that Koby is viewed as a hero to the public, so he decides to leak the information that he's captured Koby, hence why Garp decided to make his move. Could Blackbeard have a connection to the newspaper? Maybe I'll do a video on why I think Lafitte could be big news Morgans. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but they have the same fashion sense. Perona's the one who came to free Moria, and she also let Koby out. That is a ride or die that I want with me. For real, for real. I cannot believe I just said that. I completely forgot to talk about Vasco Shot and San Juan Wolf. Vasco Shot is a glug glug fruit user who's a booze man, and it seems like he can use his liquor to set things on fire because, alcohol burns. That makes sense. And San Juan Wolf, as we know, is a huge fruit giant eater who can grow even bigger. I think it's up to like 180 meters or something insane. And he's just napping somewhere on the island, crushing probably tens of lots and lots of houses. More devil fruit reveals. Also, I'm gonna speed this section up because there's not much to say except for they're cool. I like them. Let's go. Prince Groose is a clay man, and he can make clay minions to do his dirty work and run around. It's almost like a better version of Cracker's devil fruit, although you can't eat those, so maybe it's a worse version. We also get to meet Kujaku, who is a whip taming human, and I've seen people think that the whip itself is the fruit user, and it's not her. I can't tell, maybe it looks like she's holding the whip instead, so I'm willing to take that instead. But she's also the granddaughter of Suru, so who did Suru get with? Because she was kind of bad in her younger days. Also meet a marine commander named Hibari who came on the mission, and she's a sniper, and she's sniping bullets that cause the flowers that Vegapunk developed in that one cover story that grow in gunpowder to grow in the gunpowder of the enemy guns. I said guns a lot there. I hope YouTube doesn't mind. I don't know if they like that word. The Shigi and Helmeppo are also there, but we don't get to see them do anything other than a close-up of their faces saying, "Go!" And then Garp proceeds to launch his ship seemingly with a punch through the air. Yeah, Garp is standing on the bow laughing happily. Every single pirate looks up, sees Garp the hero, and starts to panic like crazy because who wouldn't? Even Blackbeard's commanders do not try to step in. Garp leaps off the bow of his ship and yells, "Do you have any idea who you've taken prisoner? That is Koby, the future of the Navy, and more importantly, my prized pupil." Galaxy impact. And then boom, that entire section of the island is debris and dust as we see Garp channel Saitama and blast it away. Wow. Garp is insane. This is unprecedented. Our lists are changing. Garp is not to be trifled with. Akainu would have died at Marineford. I could go on and on about how insane Garp is, how insane the hype is for characters like Dragon and Mihawk now, and what they could do in the very near future, possibly. But I will save you all the time. I am your host, Lettuce Eating Walrus. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, yell at me in the comments, tell me how goofy this new, improved Straw Hat looks on me, and, as always, thanks. Y'all are pretty neat. Bye-bye!